Okay, I'm going to start explaining some roles. It won't surprise you that everything's going to be themed today. Also, because I've decided to have a background for today, we got roles that don't involve me having to hold anything up because you don't stand any chance of reading what I've got there.
You could lose the background. You're like, no.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to.
Yeah, I thought a couple of people might appreciate this background. Even if it only was the flag in about 1775 and 1776.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar.
Yeah. So okay, so like every good village, we got the sheriff to keep order. The sheriff can each night pick a player to jail. Obviously, you can't jail yourself because no one will let you out in the morning. If you're jailed, you can't be killed because obviously you're not at home and you're behind some pretty thick bars. However, you also can't use your night ability because you're behind some pretty thick bars. Yeah, if you're the last werewolf, that means you can't kill. If there's other werewolves, I'll still let the werewolves kill because there's other werewolves, and werewolves eat people.
Really? No. I thought they were a bunch of friendly, just overpowered, oversized furry dogs we could go pet on the chest.
I don't like dogs. So you're not doing well there, Jerry.
What are you doing playing werewolf then?
People, right, Josh?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we are also going to have a night watchman, which is just what I'm going to call the insomniac for this game. So I probably will say insomniac, but I thought it from front, who will wake up and find out if the person next to them did anything at night. Doing something at night will include being jailed. Just because I think that makes it more interesting. Yes, George?
But so did you say if you are jailed, if you're the one being put in jail, that counts as you doing something at night?
Yeah, the night watchman sees comings and goings in your house and gets told, yeah, something's going on there. And we've got a soldier, which just like the redcoats, on the village team, when they die, they get to take someone with them, but only a neighbour.
Ah.
I'm using the redcoat one, but I'm not putting them on their own team because
not enough of us bothered to show up.
Well, I could get one in, but I thought if I wanted to get my other special characters, I thought that would work better. And so I'm just looking at numbers and thinking whether or not to put one other in or not. I mean, there will be ordinary werewolves. There will be a werewolf hunter. You don't have this here. I'll give you one more character. I'm going to be okay. So there'll also be the mayor, who wakes up at night and I'll say twice a game during the game can nominate someone. I will be doing Joseph nominations for this game.
So we've got no bodyguard, we've got no seer. You're mean.
You've got the sheriff, which gets a bit. You've got the insomniac type role. You've also got 4 roles in the village of 11.
Will there be like cursed or something like that?
No, I'm not. I've not put in lichens or cursed in this one.
I guess because there's no seer, there's no point.
But
That-
no cursed.
Oh, curse. Sorry, yeah.
No,
But
Okay, village win. Make me a villager, please.
It depends.
mean,
If we start with 5 wolves, then maybe.
there's no seer, there's no bodyguard.
Right.
and the village hunter's a bit rubbish because they can only shoot adjacent.
Who needs them with badass
Uh,
Americans here, right?
And,
It's 4th
you
of
got a
July. Woo!
and you got a werewolf hunter. So and of course your bodyguard role. The other thing I don't know if I remember to say about the sheriff. Let me check if it's. I don't know if I read the last bit. Did I say with the sheriff that if they pick a werewolf, they die?
You did
No.
not say that.
You did
No.
definitely not mention that. No.
Sorry, I meant to say that.
Slight detail that we needed
Sorry,
to know
what?
Change of times.
there.
Yeah, being locked up overnight with a werewolf is never a good move.
That's just like
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm when I said where I got with the night ability, I had written it down as you can see with what I pasted, but I realised I forgot to say that.
You know, so the sheriff dies if they lock up a werewolf.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
because they're trying to be dragged along by tunnels, and the wolf goes, "No, I ain't having this, mate."
Yeah.
that
But,
makes sense.
but the werewolf is still locked up for that night, and they won't get to do their night action.
yeah. They won't. If they're the last werewolf, they can't go and kill 2 people like that. It's just the sheriff who dies.
Okay.
Yeah, they're too busy killing the sheriff to kill another villager.
Sounds good.
The sheriff is probably gonna die. Well, anyway, I'm excited to see how
Everybody's
this
gonna, somebody's gonna die every round in this game.
So instead of singing, I shot the deputy, I ate the sheriff.
Well done, Derek.
Okay, everyone go to sleep then if there's nothing
Don't forget
else.
to mute us.
And yeah, Joseph, no chance of pounds. This is a July the 4th themed game. It's all in dollars. Okay, let's start off with the werewolves. If you want to wake up. Sorry, there's. Okay, you can go back to sleep. Let's have the sheriff. Do you wish to act tonight? If so, who? Werewolves aren't killing anyone, so. Yeah, thank you. Night's Watchman or Insomniac. And I think that's mayor. So I forgot to call the mayor. Hi, if you wish to use your ability, let me know. Okay, thank you. And everyone wake up. And you wake up to find the body of Joseph in the middle of the town square, obviously killed by werewolves.
Good one.
He
Good
came
one.
to collect his payment for using the nomination system.
Yeah.
Actually, thinking about the game, the sheriff is the most important role. They are bodyguard because they also kill werewolves. They are a Van Helsing, and because they can clear people that don't die. Blah blah. Never mind. they are died. They died, not the werewolves. So,
More like an orphan.
but they're still important. Don't feel like you have to come out if you're the sheriff.
The sheriff doesn't
Rules.
kill werewolves. do the sheriff?
Rules question, Elliot. Did
Yeah.
the sheriff already do something in the first night?
They woke up. I let them if they wanted to, and I'm not saying more than that.
Because I was thinking actually, if they pick a werewolf in the first, like they might actually die in night 0.
Mhm.
But
So
They
Adam
might
game.
do, but given that's their own choice to do so, I didn't feel too bad if that happened.
yeah, but I mean, then they likely didn't choose to do it, I think.
Or they
I think-
could potentially clear someone right
Yeah,
away, but I'm not saying they should do that, but that's good information to have.
I think after a couple of days they should come out because they're going to die.
right.
Well,
At least if
Well,
they keep
certainly
picking
not
different
today,
I
people, then
maybe
they will.
disagree. Is there any reason for them to come out?
I don't think
Because-
so.
I think once they've cleared 3 people, that's very useful information.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess so. I
Yeah.
guess so.
Because
Just not now.
Would you, if you're the sheriff, though, you're not going to be a bit tentative to pick people to begin with because of, unless you get good reads. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Right.
think it's that's also why I would be come out sooner rather. It depends what you like. It depends how you're playing. If you're going to be doing it every night, I think you better come out sooner rather than later. If you're not going to be doing it every night, then it's probably better to maybe not come out sooner rather than later.
Well, basically, they're an orphan. They can clear people. They
Yeah.
can,
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I mean,
have
if they-
a situation. Well, so, Jesse and Eddie, I want to hear from you guys, in particular, why I shouldn't kill you because I'm the soldier. So I want to know if I should use my power when it's my turn. So
I wish you wouldn't have said that because, well, I don't know.
Just,
Hopefully,
Jesse,
might
just
not
before
use
you
it.
do, yeah, I'll just give a rules clarification. I don't think it will. Social like a hunter, so it's when you die that you get
it's when
to
you
kill a
die.
neighbor.
Yeah.
right, because there's a good chance you're gonna die to. Well, maybe the sheriff would. Well,
the shit might take me. Might take me.
right.
So matter of fact, to prove what I'm saying, plus it'll guarantee him one or her one more round.
But that's true. I don't know.
Why are you saying the sheriff should jail you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they are. I'm saying it's a possibility. I'm saying it's a possibility.
Oh, sounds that.
I'm not necessarily recommending it either. They might want to try to find somebody else and clear them, but I'm giving the village one clear person, and I don't want to say for sure I'm not going to use my ability. I'm leaning on not using it, but
Oh,
that's why I wanted to hear from you guys to see if you could convince me to definitely not use it.
well,
I didn't think you had a choice. I thought it was like, do you not have to kill one of us?
no.
I don't.
Elliot
No.
said you don't have to.
Right.
No, I never make people use abilities because ultimately, if someone differs and takes too long, I always want the option of saying you've lost your chance to do it, rather than have to wait to insist they give a name 5 minutes later.
Well, depending on what Jesse is, I'm good, so I would be recommending you don't use it unless Jesse's a werewolf.
Same thing, but switch my name and Eddie's name, and I agree because I am a villager, and it would be a shame to lose 2 in one instance. So, unless Eddie is something else, then I wouldn't use it.
Okay. All right. That's
So
all I got right now.
what's a bottom row is clear.
No further questions required.
are you thinking 3 wolves, 4 wolves?
I think
Yeah,
4
three.
wolves would be horrible because
That would be so hard.
Could be a really fast game with
Yeah.
also with hunters and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's
There's
what
got to
they're
be
for.
3.
Three probably.
There's no curse or anything, is there?
No.
No.
And I mean, depends on how mean Elliot's feeling.
Is this a time day, Elliot?
No, but I'm not going to give you too much longer.
Chrisar, what's popping off? What's going on?
Not much at this point. I don't have any particular suspicions. Yeah, nobody's on my radar right now. Maybe I would like to hear from Barbie something.
Okay. I feel like I've said the thoughts that I've had about the game, but for now, I think my main thinking is that Brandon is who he says he is, because nobody has given any indication to think that he's like bluffing the role. And yeah,
Sorry, you
I
might just
don't know
want to move
between
your.
Jesse and Eddie if any of them could be a wolf. I don't see anything at least yet that makes me think so. But
Your mic's
I'm
a little
just-
close
you
to
might
your
wanna-
mouth, I think.
Yeah, if you just want to move there.
try
You go.
to move it a bit. Is that better?
Yeah.
Great, perfect.
What are your thoughts, Chris?
Oh, my thought. Okay.
1 for 1, you know.
Tennis.
Knocks it back. Yeah.
What's an eye for an eye in German?
Yeah, I have much to add. I think, like, yeah, I believe Brandon, and I agree that there isn't anything popping out with Eddie and Jesse. It's not like I trust them, but it's not like I distrust them as well. I'm really not sure. I don't have any suspicions. Nobody did anything suspicious in my book yet.
Okay, I'd like us to get to a nomination.
So in this situation, a tie is the only way. There would be a no kill, and also can we abstain from voting?
I'll let you abstain from voting. A Tyson, yeah, counts as a no kill. Yep. Fine.
See, I would like a no-kill day, but I think in this situation, it's going to be very hard to do
Right.
in the infamous Joseph system.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we all agree to go equal up, equal down.
That's so tough, though.
There's 11 of
But
us.
I mean, oh yeah.
Is there 11
Well,
or
then
10?
someone abstain
Yeah,
if you did
well,
5-5.
Everyone
someone
abstained except for the 2 people on the block, and then they vote for the other person.
That's a way
Is
you
it
could
allowed
do
to
it.
abstain, Elliot?
He said yes.
I'll let you, yeah, but I don't like forcing people to do things.
Very nice.
I
Right.
do want a nomination or I'll pick randomly.
I'm gonna nominate Josh.
Do
I
I
mean,
have
if
a
we're gonna
second
follow
for
this
Josh?
plan, I have no problem.
Okay,
with that.
Josh is the first one nominated. Who else is going to be nominated?
Well, if we're going with the plan, I think Josh should be able to decide. If we're not going with the plan, then he shouldn't be able to decide, and we can decide who we're most suspicious of. Which for me right now, I'm between Jerry and George, but I don't have, there's based off of nothing. So I think that if we're going with the plan that we're not going to kill, then I think Josh should be able to decide.
I will agree that Davey is between Jerry and George.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of it that way. But yeah.
Do we have a nomination
Oh,
then?
look at that doggy back there.
Josh,
I-
Nick.
If you're just
I,
looking for,
okay, I know this is the nomination. I wanted to hear PJ talk before we got to nominations. I don't want to nominate PJ, but I did want to hear him speak.
I'll nominate
I
Jesse.
think I did. I
nominate
think
me.
I have. Yeah, I was just
Jesse
thinking.
is
so
nominated. Okay,
Wait,
I will mute everyone.
Sorry, what happened?
Jesse's
George?
been nominated. Okay, Josh, I'll give you a defense.
I am a villager. I'm on the village team. There's not been a whole lot to go off of this day. I think I wanted to give PJ a chance to talk. I didn't love the back and forth between Chris R and Barbie. But I mean, that could just be 2 villagers kind of playing off each other. And I guess for now, I'm willing to believe Brandon because I think that's a pretty bold move to come out, as the soldier on day 1. So I don't have any strong suspicions. So you shouldn't kill me. I like the plan of going to sleep and seeing what the werewolves do tonight. So,
Jesse?
Yeah. I don't know what George was thinking, but I was thinking I just didn't want PJ to get voted out just in case something went wrong with this vote. So that's why I seconded myself. Because usually we don't want to kill new people on the first day, even, and I say tomorrow, let him talk first or early. But I agree with Josh. I don't have a lot of suspicions. I actually kind of felt good about Josh at first. I don't know. I believe Brandon based on what he said. Yeah, I don't really have much beyond that. And anyone who doesn't do the plan, I would look at them closely because I just don't, I think we should all do the plan and I'll vote for Josh and Josh should vote for me. And we should go to sleep because there's no reason not to. I go to sleep without killing.
Okay. So now in the infamous voting system, I've taken away any
question,
names
real
to avoid royalties. Yeah,
Moderator question. Yeah. At night, do the sheriff wake up before the werewolves?
I would have thought they need to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. So in the infamous voting system, up for Josh, down for Jesse, voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 2 up, I see 1 down. Jesse, sorry, Josh, sorry, up for Josh, down for Jesse. Josh, you have been killed. Josh was a werewolf. And you can all go to bed. So let's see our sheriff. Thank you. Let's have our wolves. Thank you. Let's have the mayor. Thank you. And let's have our night watchman or Simniac. Okay. And everyone can wake up. And Simon, you can go back to sleep for a very long sleep. You have been killed in the night. And I got one other thing to mention. We got a nomination. Jerry, you've been nominated.
What was Simon a villager?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the only way he could die.
Eddie, your thoughts? Because you have some, clearly.
Pardon?
I said your
No.
thought.
I just thought Josh looked a bit his defense. I just thought he looked pretty sus. So which is why I was quite happy to just kind of risk it and vote him off.
Right. I mean, obviously it's good because he was a werewolf.
Yeah.
But I am a little, I'm actually pretty suspicious now of Chris R. because of the Simon kill. Because if Eddie is not a werewolf, which I like to think he is not, I would think the werewolves would go for Eddie. But maybe they like me and Brandon being, I mean, me and Eddie being next to Brandon and didn't want to put Chris next to Brandon. I don't know.
Why do you think the werewolves targeted Simon then?
I don't know. I don't know. He was very, I don't know, maybe they thought he had a role or something. I don't know.
You mean
I would think
because
that
Eddie didn't get killed?
Sorry, what?
Because Eddie didn't get killed, you're suspicious of Chris. Was it so?
Yeah,
I
a little
follow your-
bit. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm not sure. Maybe they thought he could be jailed, and that's why they didn't went for the obvious target.
Right, but I would think Brandon would be jailed more likely in that scenario.
Do we know who's jailed? Do you announce that, Elliot? Or is that just,
No, we're not
The
going to
sheriff.
know.
we're just not going to
Sheriff.
know?
PJ, what do you think? Because we wanted to get your opinion, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I did that more as a protective thing. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm just kind of, since it's my first game, I'm a little confused at what's happening. Yeah, I'm a villager. Yeah, that's about it right now. All I have.
Right.
So the question is, if the sheriff picked Wolf last, if a sheriff picks Wolf and dies, would the Wolf still get a kill? Would it just be 2 kills, or would that replace the Wolf kill?
Only
so
if there was, sorry,
Yeah, so that's Wolf's question, so I was going to take it. If there's more than one wolf, then the jailed wolf kills the sheriff and the non-jailed wolf, and I'll let all the wolves still nominate together, do a normal kill. If there's only one wolf, then it's just the sheriff who dies.
Is there a world where we started with 2 wolves, Josh and another? Simon was the sheriff, and he picked a werewolf last night and died. And because there was only 1 wolf left,
I don't see Elliot just putting 2. That seems
Yeah,
pretty.
I think it'd be
Especially since
three.
there's no
I think
curse.
it'd be 3 wolves.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to consider every night kill that it's possible that actually not the wolves picked the person, but the sheriff is the one who died. But I think also at this point, that's not very likely to happen yet. But it's probably good to keep that in mind that it could have been the sheriff.
George, why did you not? Sorry.
Sorry, go on, Jesse.
Why did you nominate me yesterday? Why was your?
you know, basically, it's 4th of July. Today I'm a man of action. All right. I saw Elliot was reaching 2. I was counting down. I don't know what that would have meant if we'd got there not nominated anyone.
Right.
But
So you just want to.
I thought, oh yeah. Well, and to be honest with you, I did nominate you. It wasn't something specific to you. I kind of followed through with the plan because I thought that's what we were doing. So it didn't really matter who I nominated, from my perspective.
Right.
Because I was going to abstain anyway.
Gotcha. I was close to doing a similar, just picking someone random. So.
Jerry,
Oh.
I'm sorry, Jesse, were you done?
Yep.
Okay, I was just going to ask Jerry, since you're nominated, who do you think it is? Or what suspicions do you have?
I don't know. I mean, I want to hear Davey speak. Chris R, I'm always suspicious of. Brandon, I'm quite often suspicious of you because the amount of times I played with you as Wolf, but you played yourself. So I have an inkling about Eddie, but I'm not going to say either way just because I don't want to say that yet. I don't know. I want to hear Davey speak a bit more. I want to get his thoughts.
I said yesterday you and George were, I'm most suspicious of you and George. I I pretty much stand by that only because I don't have any other high suspicions. I put Eddie on my question column because of the vote. I thought it was pretty risky. If he is a villager and he got it wrong, then that would put a lot of target on him. And so he's either a villager or a werewolf, not, I'll just leave it at that. And then there is one thing I noticed that Chris R said yesterday when she asked Barbie what she thought. And then Barbie said, Chris R, what about you? Chris R was like, oh, oh, it's back on me. Like she had tried to divert and it didn't happen. But that was just, I don't know, I'm more so on Jerry and George at the moment. I'm trusting Brandon. I'm trusting Jesse. And I'm not the mayor. So even though you're up, Jerry, it wasn't because I put you there.
Can we move towards the nomination?
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
do you want to do one, Jerry?
Yeah, do you have any inkling of what you want to do?
I nominate Chris R. Sorry.
That's who I was going to pick.
And that's been seconded. Okay, Jerry, do you want to give your defense?
Villager on the village team. Haven't really got anything. I think I trust Eddie just because I have an idea of what's going on, but I'm not going to say it in case it hasn't been picked up. PJ, I don't know. I've got no information on him, so he's basically ivory towered at the moment. I don't know. Just writing notes on who is sus on who, and all I've got at the moment is Jesse and Chris R.
Do you want to say what ivory towered means?
PJ, basically ivory tower is if you're a new player, you survive the first night just by being new, and obviously we don't know you don't know us. It's kind of like a we don't want to kill the newbies on the first game and then scare them off the rest of life.
Okay.
To make you feel any better, PJ, I'll murder you with the earliest opportunity.
Chris?
Yeah. It's unfortunate that Elliot wanted a nomination before I could say anything to the things directed at me. The reason because I reacted the way Barbie did was just simply I wasn't sure I understood my name correctly, and nobody answered, and I was like, did she say Chris? Oh, probably she said Chris, and I was confused. It was not because I had to say something. I don't think Eddie is bad because I don't know if a werewolf would sacrifice another one on day one. Like that doesn't, especially if there was a consensus of not voting, so there wasn't any benefit to that, I think. I think Jerry is good, so I fear we have two religious up here. I'm not sure on anybody else. I think Jesse's good too. I'm not sure on Davy. I'm not sure on Barbie. Obviously, I trust Brandon. Those are my thoughts. I'm a villager, and I would like to survive this.
Okay. Up for Jerry, down for Chris. Is it a rules question, Jerry? If so, go for it. If it's a commentary on the game, you need to survive till tomorrow.
Just a question to Chris, circa the whole village. Do we want to try that one again from yesterday, and me and Chris just vote for each other and the rest of us abstain? Question mark.
You are very lucky I'm not Alex, because if I were, you might not be alive at this point. So voting in 3, 2.
Which was the
up
order? I
for
forgot.
Jerry, down for Chris.
Okay.
Voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. And I see a lot more up votes than I do down. Jerry, you are an ex-villager. Okay, everyone go to bed. Sheriff, wake up. Okay, thank you. Mayor, wake up. Wolves, wake up. Thank you. Insomniac, wake up. So just give me 2 seconds. Okay, everyone. So just waiting for someone to get back. Okay, now so noticeable. Okay, everyone, you can wake up. That's all. Oh, yeah. So I didn't realize someone just had their head down as far as they did. They disappeared off camera. So my fault for that. Yeah, and in the night, Brandon has been killed. Brandon was the soldier. Brandon, sorry. Is there something I've? Sorry, Brandon. Just wait 2 seconds. George, are you telling me I forgot something in the night?
No.
Okay, I just wasn't sure what that gesturing was. Okay, Brandon, who do you want to shoot?
I choose not to shoot anyone.
Okay. And Brandon is dead.
Okay. Jesse, do I trust you?
Yeah, but I feel like I should maybe get mod killed or something because I saw something about the game and I shouldn't have seen it, and I don't want to, or I can just sit here silent. I don't know.
Like in the night, or
send me a message what you saw, and I'll work out what needs to happen.
I just saw this. It's actually gone now. I'll send you.
Yeah, just send me a message.
It's okay, Victoria. I know that happens sometimes.
Okay. Right.
Eddie, you have thoughts?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never played with PJ before. Chris R, I'm good with. Barbie, I'm a little bit sus with you. Not gonna lie. It's the middle row. The middle row for me. The people that I don't trust.
That's okay. We can work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have faith.
Good. I like faith.
Well, I agree with you on George. Still, he hasn't said anything to get me off of him. I believe Chris in her defense. I didn't put her into my trust list, but I left her in the question mark, and PJ I trust and Jesse I trust.
I'm happy to be nominated, and I'll plead my case.
I'll nominate George.
Yeah, I'll second it. Jesse, are you allowed to engage in the game or not?
I will just be quiet until. Okay, yeah, I will engage. I will pretend like I didn't see what I saw. And what are your questions? I'm sorry, I didn't listen. I was just thinking. So what's happening?
I was just asking whether you're all right engaging in the game or not, or
Sure.
did you see?
And I'm just gonna forget what the little thing I saw. It's not like I know everything or anything like that, or even know anything really. Just something that could hint to something. So I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't see it.
I mean, for what it's worth, I thought that both you and Eddie were pretty cleared anyway.
Right, I feel good about. Well,
I would like to know from Davey why he trusts PJ. None of us have played with him before, so So
Just on that one little thing, just because when he said he was a villager, it felt sincere, PJ. But I don't know if he's lying or not. So
I don't feel great. Sorry.
you don't feel great on PJ, no?
Not really. Yeah, I feel bad, but I mean, I don't really feel great on very many people. I feel like Davey going against you is actually kind of more of a village thing because I don't know what's
What's going on here?
I think Simon has some internet trouble.
Sorry about that.
Don't
I
worry.
just
It's
He
they
didn't want to
like
record what you were going to say, Jesse. He was like, no, I don't want to hear this.
yeah. I don't know, like, because I feel like Eddie was pretty cleared for a werewolf to say someone who's pretty cleared might be a werewolf. I don't know. That just seems a little like you would if you were a werewolf, you wouldn't go after someone else. But that's like a villager who thinks like, oh, maybe that was a werewolf move. I don't know. That's kind of like all I really have. I'm kind of suspicious of Barbie. I guess would be probably my number one out of everyone in here.
I'm going to grab a drink. When I get back, I want some nominations.
the only people I feel pretty comfortable about are Jesse and Eddie. Everyone else is a question mark, but Barbie is really high up there.
What do you think, PJ? Time to get involved. What do you reckon? Who do you feel good about? Who do you feel bad about?
I think Eddie and George are definitely, in my opinion, good. Everyone else is a question mark.
Yes, PJ. Knew you were a keeper.
Yeah.
Have you played a lot of Werewolf before, PJ?
Not really, no.
I'm just trying to gauge if you're some kind of master technician and you're going to fool us all.
Maybe he's lying about not having played Werewolf much. Maybe that's the ultimate lie.
There's levels, isn't there? There's levels.
Okay, so are we having a nomination then?
And nominate Barbie.
Yeah, okay. Second
I'll
that.
second.
Okay, Barbie has been nominated. Do we have a second
Yeah,
nomination?
I was worried that was going to happen, but I will.
Pretty sure
I
I've already
will
been nominated.
explain things when it's my time to defend. For what it's worth, I would rather go with George than Jesse against me.
I have already been nominated, I believe,
Put
because
George
David
up.
nominated me and I seconded
Oh,
it.
you are? Okay, well then that's good.
Okay, in which case I better mute you all. If who is nominated first, George or Barbie?
George.
Okay, George, you get a defense then.
I was picked by the sheriff last night. And we know that Brandon wasn't the sheriff because he is the hunter. So unless Barbie were the sheriff, then you should probably kill Barbie.
Barbie, your defense?
I'm not quite sure what George is implying, but I am the night watchman, and only the first night did I get a thumbs up. So I know that either Jesse or George have been doing stuff since then. And I didn't think that Jesse had a role that was bad, at least. So for now, I'm thinking that that's because George is doing something.
Okay, I'm going to mute
I didn't want to come out because I was worried that he was the sheriff, but if he's now saying that he's not the sheriff, then...
Okay, I'm going to mute everyone. It is up to vote for George, down to vote for Barbie. Voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 2-2, that's a tie. You don't kill anyone and we go to bed. Maybe we got an apathetic village. Okay, let's have our sheriff. Thank you. let's have the wolves. I need to know which name. If you can just hold up the name you're going for. Thank you. Let's have the mayor. Thank you. And let's have our insomniac. Thank you. Everyone wake up. Eddie, you've been killed at night. Eddie was a villager. We've also had our second mayor nomination, so I won't be calling the mayor again because you obviously don't need me to, but Davey, you have been nominated.
Okay. I'm the sheriff. On day 1, I didn't do anything. On day 2, I checked Eddie. On day 3, I checked George, and last night I checked Chris. So it has to be Barbie, Jesse, or Davey.
Well,
job,
that's obviously
PJ.
not the truth.
You don't believe him?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Oh, very nice. Why would I lie on my first game? That's
That's a very good question, PJ.
Yeah, that's a great point. Let's believe him.
Yeah, you don't lie until like your third or fourth game. That's when you
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the rule.
George, do you believe PJ?
Absolutely. How can I not believe PJ?
Right.
Well,
Chris R, same question.
wait to come. Oh wait, Chris isn't probably a role, so she won't. Never mind.
I will, because
I-
obviously I knew that. Sorry, you go, Chris.
I think I believe him. Just also the fact that Eddie didn't believe Barbie, obviously, and now he is confirmed good. So maybe he had reasons to not believe her.
Right. I was getting that vibe too.
Like he was the night watch.
Yes.
He was not the night watch. I'm the night watch. So if I've
so
been
I'm-
getting the thumbs up, does either one of you, George or Jesse, do anything?
Yes.
Do you want to claim
That's-
a role?
Yep. I'm the mayor.
Okay, well then that would explain.
That's why I didn't vote for you last night, because I did believe that you were the role, and I knew that you were seeing that I was doing something, which I was at night.
Yeah,
So I
but
thought,
the problem was
there's
that's
a
why I
possibility-
didn't
there's a
say
chance you're a
anything
wolf, but-
earlier, because I didn't want to expose if I sit next to sheriff or mayor.
That's
Are
why I
you
But I
used my
don't
Villager
think we
nomination
would
on
have
Davey.
had just two wolves, which is the essence of PJ's statement pretty much, because
But we're 3. We start with Josh, right? We've got. I think we've still got 2 left here.
Can we get towards a nomination?
Jesse, did you ask me that?
No, I asked Chris. Chris, you're playing villager, aren't you?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
a villager.
I'll nominate Barbie.
I'll second it, I guess.
Okay, we've had our nominations. Davey, do you want to give your defense?
Yep, we believed, or I believed George. That's why even though I had nominated him, I didn't vote to kill Jesse. Yes. I didn't vote to kill him yesterday because I believed what he was saying, and I didn't believe Barbie. I thought that Eddie was the role that she was claiming, which is why I think that he's dead. I do believe PJ, but the problem that leaves me with is that Jesse was one of the people that I had on my trust list from the beginning when he seconded himself, and that makes him, if PJ's telling the truth, which I believe, that makes him the only person that must be a werewolf, I guess, unless Barbie's the last one, but I really don't think that there could only be 2 because there's no cursed. No, I mean, I'm going for Barbie, obviously, but I think that leaves us with Jesse as the other one, because Chris and George are cleared if we believe PJ, which I do.
Okay, and Barbie, your defense.
I mean, I can totally see David being a wolf, but I see a problem here because I don't think that there would have been two wolves. And if PJ has cleared Chris, George, and Jesse, and I'm the Night Watchman, there is a loose end here somewhere. You're shaking your head.
I didn't clear Jesse.
Oh, did I write that down wrong?
Okay, I'm going to mute everyone then. Up to vote for Davey, down to vote for Barbie. Voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. I see a lot more ups than I see downs. Davey, you have been killed. Davey is a werewolf. Thank you. Go to sleep. Let's have our sheriff. Thank you. I don't need to call the mayor. Werewolves. And let's have the insomniac. Thank you. And everyone wake up. PJ, you've been killed at night.
I think it's Barbie then. I don't think it's Jesse. The way he came after me, it convinced me actually that he was innocent.
I
Well, he
also
wanted to
didn't
kill
think
you.
it was Jesse, but
It could be. I don't know, Chris. I think it's me and you against these two, mate. We need to make a decision here.
I would not have in the first day. If I knew Josh was a werewolf, which I didn't, I would not put myself up there as have two werewolves on the block on day one.
But I did
even
that to
with
you.
the plan.
Like,
Yeah, but I
nominated
seconded
you.
myself. I wouldn't have done that if I was a werewolf. That's my best.
well,
take.
it would have been a
Yeah.
really good move if we had gone for the tie potentially, because then you would have been seen as sort of contraries, or how do you say, contrahents somehow.
Like I'm working.
But to be honest, I also didn't get that read from you at all. I thought that when you were so insistent on us having the tie, like you were saying that if someone votes different from the tie, like go after them, and I was like, that would be so bold. Like that's why I put like a star up for you, because I thought that would be so ballsy to do that as a wolf.
Right. Well, I just felt like I was putting myself on the line, and I mean, it worked out for Eddie because Josh was a wolf, but he obviously felt more confident about that than I did. I don't know.
I mean, I think it probably doesn't help us if we do another night, because we will just essentially, like, I don't think they will kill neither me nor Jesse, because we seem to be the top, suspicions of everyone. But we could go with one more, like a cleared person, I guess, that way, because we know we don't have a cursed in this setup.
I mean,
or is there
if we-
something I'm missing?
If we believe PJ, then I think George and I have been cleared.
Yeah,
So
I don't
that
think it makes
one of
much
us,
sense to.
one of us would die.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure if this would lead us anywhere. I'm on Barbie.
So what's happening? Do we have a nomination?
I mean, you guys should nominate us too, and then you guys can decide.
I think so. I think we're not getting
Yeah.
further than this, probably.
Yeah. Okay, I'll nominate Barbie.
Okay.
I'll nominate Jesse.
Okay.
The formalities have been completed.
Barbie, your defense. You can unmute.
I'm the night watchman, and except for night 0, I've been getting a constant thumbs up. And I'm not the wolf. And I believe, like, I was a little bit iffy on PJ at first, honestly, because I didn't think there was a scenario in which he could be telling the truth, but he died in the night, so he must have told the truth. So for me, the only possibility that remains is Jesse. That's where I'm at, but I feel like that's all I can give you. Don't kill me. Kill Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse. Your defense.
I thought of another thing. So I'm pretty sure Eddie was the insomniac because as soon as Barbie said she was an insomniac, he was shaking his head no. Also, maybe that's why he felt more confident about Josh, because he knew that he woke up, because he probably believed that Brandon was the soldier who wouldn't have woken up. So he knew, so Josh was his other neighbor at the time. So he knew Josh woke up. So I think Eddie was the night watchman. And I've been a little out of it, but I would not have done that first day. I mean, I know that would be like a really good move for a werewolf, but I wouldn't have done that first day. So that's my defense.
Okay, up to vote for Barbie, down to vote for Jesse. Voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. And Barbie has been killed. Barbie is a werewolf hunter, so you can take someone with you when you go.
Now, I think I have to do it, Jesse. I just have to do it.
And Jesse was a villager, but there's only villagers left, so the village wins.
But I appreciate you letting me shoot somebody. I really wanted to.
As a tough game, Elliot. Tough game.
Yeah, Josh, you got killed immediately or no?
Was I right about that, Eddie?
Yeah, you were. But I thought that was my only move to make.
Right.
I actually thought it was weird that Barbie and Davy didn't pick up on that, because Eddie was obviously the insomniac. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, God, did no one else notice? Oh, God.
I just thought I couldn't because obviously with Brandon being the soldier, he might have used his power to take me out. So I thought I'm just gonna have to be bold, and if I take Josh with me, who's a werewolf, at least I've done my job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough game. Too many ways to clear villagers, Elliot.
Well, you guys were close.
I think it could have quite easily, if a couple of points have swung slightly differently. Don't forget, you only had 4 people left at the end. If Barbie had died before one of the other wolves, you would have been down to a final 3 situation, because the hunter would have gone off. But it doesn't require much to tip that to a werewolf victory.
I mean, on another day, you might not have died first day, Josh. I mean, yeah.
I knew my information on Josh was good, because like I know that the sheriff probably wouldn't have done anything at the night on night 0, and the mayor wouldn't have done anything at night. So there was no other night rolls other than wolves. So that's why I felt good about Josh being a wolf.
Yeah, and if PJ had picked a wolf, he would have died. It would have also changed things.
Yeah.
But he picked wisely.
Or if he had been killed at some point earlier, there were quite a number of things that could have.
I was very shocked that PJ was. I was surprised that you were the sheriff. I was very surprised.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. There was not much shade to be thrown there.
Okay.
It was the way he came up with the information. It was too good and too just accurate, and it was too said too confidently to be made up. Like, to be bluffing as that your first role when you're playing this.
Okay, it's because it will take me 5 minutes to set up for another game anyway. Flick and Victoria, are you looking to jump in, and anyone looking to jump out?
I can do one more.
I actually better. I might be able to come back later if you're still playing, but I have to take a quick break.
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Well, Flick can take the number 9 then.
So what was the thing, by the way, that happened that Jesse couldn't take back or unsee or whatever it was?
There was a comment on Facebook about "well done, Chris," but that was the extent of the message.
Was she being congratulated on? What happened?
He said, I'm unsure about Barbie and I'm unsure about Davy.
Oh.
I knew about Barbie. I knew it was you. I definitely would have said it was you.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, Eddie.
I've had to spend you, and then you had the cheek to steal my role as well.
Yeah, that was my plan all along. I had been writing down information. I've been getting it tonight, but that was
You're evil
yeah.
yet again, Barbie. I mean, it's not
George,
even-
really, one day, we will make it happen.
I don't think I'll ever believe that now, to be honest.
Was it
George,
only
wait. Sorry.
was it only Jessie that saw me nod in my head when she was saying Night Watchman?
No, it's all right.
Yeah. You still
So-
abstained though. You abstained.
I didn't see it firsthand, but I did see. I remember the thing that Jerry said about, and you're kind of flirting around, like saying something about Eddie, and he's like, "Oh no, I better not say that," and that made me think, that's what Jesse's saying must be right.
So why do you get me nominated, George? Why did you nominate me?
I hadn't heard you say anything, and to be honest, I usually trust Davey with his reads. But obviously, that was before I'd figured out that Dave was probably bad.
It was a trap. It was a trap.
Yeah, it was a trap. It was a big trap.
Yeah, I was sus of you too, Jerry. I was when it was you and I think it was Chris was the other person up. I was sus of you, but I was like, I'm not there enough, so that's why I abstained. But it turned out to be neither one of you, I guess. So, but PJ, man, you killed it for your first time. Victoria mentioned it in the chat that you came out like at the perfect time with your info.
I was hesitant. I was gonna do it around earlier, but I thought that was a bad idea.
I mean, Davey had you up actually to be killed, so we were between you and Eddie, but I thought Eddie was shaking his head so much.
So I was
It
pretty
would be
sure that PJ, because
too.
the round before he said, I trust this person, I trust this person. And so I was like, oh, that guy's the sheriff. So I wanted to kill him because my plan was always to claim the sheriff. But the issue that I had at the end with doing that was George said that the sheriff scared him. And so that means if I was the sheriff and I scared George, I wouldn't be suspicious of George. So that ruined that plan. So I was like, okay, we'll leave PJ alive. We'll kill Eddie so he doesn't contradict Barbie, and we'll see what happens.
Maybe we should have done the other route because I could have shot still somebody.
Yeah, that's true.